This is The Spot, a BYU-Idaho radio production where we talk about what you're talking about at BYU-Idaho. Today's hosts are Jared Webster, Collin Dupuis, and Trey Jarman. Also, me, Nina Shakin. The opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts. Today at BYU-Idaho, we want to talk about places to eat. I don't know how our listeners feel, but personally, in Rexburg, I feel limited with my food options. I wouldn't call myself a foodie, but some people might. So I really like to eat.
Yeah, because we get it. You're a college student. You're poor. You want to spend as little money as possible. But sometimes you want to. I feel like being in college, you want to have an experience while you're here, which I think largely includes food and places to eat. Because you got your national chains like McDonald's and stuff, but there are always local places that you want to check out and see what it's all about, right? So, but I agree with you, Nina. There are, at least in Rexburg, I don't feel like there's that many options.
No.
So.
There are some things, but not as many as probably I would like personally.
Right. It gets hard because when you come from a place where you have a big food culture, because at this point I don't really know what foodie means, but I think I am one.
Yeah,
I love
you're from
food.
Houston, and they've got a lot of food in Houston.
We have a huge melting pot of like every culture there, and if you want it like authentic Vietnamese food or even like authentic like who knows, like anything you want, you can usually find pretty easily. And here it's gotten better in Rexburg, but it's still not great.
It's not there quite yet.
No, we're working our way up. The fact that we have, the other day they opened up a Vietnamese pho.
The food truck. Yeah, I saw that.
I've been there.
That blew my mind because I was like, oh, that's a very unique thing to get in Rexburg. Like, so it gives me hope for the future.
It gave me hope as well. And with that, what types of food do we have here? Like, I feel like we are kind of limited to a few different types. Like, for example, one kind of complaint I have, I love Mexican food. I love it, but we have so many Mexican restaurants.
We do.
And some of them, in my opinion, are not even very good.
Right.
Why do we have so many of them? Like, just counting, like, how many do we have? Because I know there's one by Walmart. There's two over by, like, Paramount 5.
Yeah, because you have, so there's one on Main Street called, I think, what is it called now? Ramirez?
Ramirez's,
No, it's been renamed to Guerreros.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Guerreros.
they changed it. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that one. There's one, so on the way to Walmart, it's called Taqueria Rancho.
Mm-hmm.
That one's my favorite just because it's the most authentic to me. Maybe not, like, 100%, but, like, they got, like, pure Mexicans in the kitchen and they're speaking Spanish. So I feel like it's good enough.
Yeah.
So,
El Rancho is good, but I wouldn't sleep on Guerreros. I go there pretty often, and you can get out of there with a very big burrito for less than $10, usually around like 7 or 8, depending on if you get guac or not. And they've got that out in, like, seriously, max 3 minutes.
Yeah, I've only been there once, and I got chips because I wasn't hungry. So my friends were there and they were already eating, so I was just meeting them there. So yeah, I may have to go check that place out again.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I haven't had it since, because they used to be called Ramirez, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I ate there like once, and I actually didn't mind it at all. My wife is a little bit more picky. She's Hispanic, so she has a lot more of a standard than I do. But I will say, and a lot of times I judge the Mexican restaurants here off their horchata. The horchata there is actually not bad.
Okay.
I really do not mind the horchata. So a lot of times that's mine. And then there's also the taco bus, but I think they may have gone out of business, I think.
I thought there were 2 taco buses.
There are, yes.
Oh, did they just move?
There was 2. I don't remember.
So there's 2 taco buses. There's one on the way, like next to Dairy Queen.
Yes.
And that's an independent business. But then one taco bus was owned by Taqueria El Rancho. So whatever you wanted at that taco bus is now down on that store next to that Great Scott's on the way to Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they look exactly the same, but they're technically different.
Okay,
so,
interesting.
Yeah.
That's confusing.
And there's also Gringos, like right across from the movie theater.
Yeah.
But we don't have to talk about it.
We don't have.
It's not.
It's not great.
I would not.
I'm sorry. It's not.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's like, and then there's also Casa de Ochoa.
I haven't been there.
Which I've only had nachos at, so I really can't. I feel like I cannot speak for Casa de Ochoa.
I feel like I've had good and bad
Me
experiences
and
there.
Collin making faces at each other like,
It's hard because sometimes it is good and sometimes it's not that
it's hit or miss.
incredible.
For sure.
Like, yeah, it's like I don't think I've ever been disappointed, but I'm not wowed.
But honestly, I think that's how I felt at every single one of these places.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends. Like on each place, you just have to know
What
to
order.
because there's some things that they do better than other things. So for me, at the Taqueria El Rancho, I usually just get tacos there, and it usually hits a spot for me. I haven't gotten too many other things, but if I'm gonna go to places like, I haven't gone there to the Guerreros, but if I were, now I know to get the burritos. You know what I mean?
The California burrito is just crazy.
So. But that was Hispanic food, but we also have some other types of cuisine, probably like just Asian in general. So we have some of those in town, especially in that one plaza area. There's Dong's Sushi.
Yeah.
And other, I don't even
There's
Adam's Mongolian Grill, I think.
That
Yeah,
one's-
that one's
There's
good.
a new sushi place that just opened.
Yeah, I haven't tried them out yet.
Yeah.
Has anyone had that yet?
I've gone. Yeah, I went. So it's a blend. Obviously, their biggest menu is going to be on sushi.
Okay.
But they also have like some other stuff. So like, if you want a little bit of Thai options, there's that. There's a little bit of Chinese options.
Oh, okay.
There.
I
But
like when they do that.
Yeah, it's mostly a sushi place though. So I went there not too long ago with my wife, and we just tried out the sushi there just because we wanted to see what it's all about. And sorry.
No,
yeah,
compared to Dong's, how is it? I'm curious.
They have way more options than Dong's. I'll tell you
Okay.
that. So I think there's going to be something there for everybody if you want sushi there. Not that Dong's is bad. Don't get me
Right.
wrong.
No,
but
I love
like,
Dong's.
I just like how it's
it's great.
if I wanted shrimp type sushi, they already had multiple shrimp type. But then there's like also some for this kind. They even have some, not very many, but they even have like deep fried roll options. And I just liked how many options there were. So I was pretty satisfied when I went.
It'll be hard to get me away from Dong's, though. Dong's before I got engaged, was my go-to place for dates and anything because it's sushi and it's a really great price.
Yeah, that's
I agree, and I was kind of nervous when they opened it up because I love dongs, so I was like, no, like, are they gonna be fighting with dongs? Like,
yeah, I was worried about that too.
So yeah, I think they kind of got me already. I like it there.
Have you guys had sushi at Pineapple Grill very often?
They just have sushi there?
Yeah, it's actually not bad at all. I actually really love it.
I did not know that.
The problem is it takes and I think they didn't used to. COVID hit and they kind of had a hard time keeping staff, I think. Ever since COVID, you go in there and order, and sometimes it takes like 40 minutes to an hour to get your food. And I'm like, that's rough, but it's always really yummy, I think. We love going there, but we have to time it out. It's like, how much time do we have to go to go hit up Pineapple Grill? But it's good. If you guys want to try it out, highly recommend it.
That's one of those restaurants where you bring your Game Boy to play while you're waiting.
Right, yeah. You really have to bring like a game for your table because it takes a minute. But it's good.
So yeah, but like if we're still talking about sushi, I have to introduce the Idaho Falls area now because there's a really good, it was my favorite sushi place in this area. It's called Sushi Time.
Yeah,
it's
Sushi Time is amazing.
And see what makes
always sushi time.
But the thing is, like, what makes it for me is that they have an all-you-can-eat option.
Yep.
So it's like for $20-something bucks, you might think that's a lot, but if you eat enough rolls, you're getting way more than your money's worth. So
you also get dessert with that too. They give you like
they give you ice cream.
Ice cream, yeah. So you can have as much ice cream at the end if you want.
I just like that. And they have by far the most extensive menu I've seen in Southeastern Idaho. So that's my go-to place.
Huge. It's like a booklet.
Yeah.
You just keep flipping pages like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like
Idaho Falls definitely in general has some like hidden gems of food.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't know what you guys think, but I just went recently to a place called Mama Fla's. Have you guys heard of it?
I haven't.
So there's this, and I've actually talked with her for the radio as well. But she's Italian. She came here from Italy, and she opened up an Italian restaurant, and it is good.
It's good.
Like it's a little pricier, I'll say that.
So it's like how much?
You know, I would say you might spend like $20-$30 on yourself.
Oh,
okay.
So if you're gonna order more than one thing,
I will say sometimes it's worth it for the quality.
I kind of agree. Like, and you don't have to spend that much, right? Like sometimes, I think I probably spent that much myself, but like I went with my boyfriend. We like got appetizers, and it was like, I don't remember, his birthday or something, right?
Okay.
So like,
special occasion.
It was a special occasion, yeah. So we probably ordered more than we might have.
Right. Because if you're going to talk about spending money, they say I love Fuji's. Fuji.
Oh, I love Fuji.
Yeah.
I love hibachi grill places.
Yeah, I do
There's
too.
something about them that makes.
Is that the one that's by Texas Roadhouse?
Yes.
Okay,
And right
that's
by
so
next
funny
to
because
the-
I do not
yeah.
like that place.
Oh, really?
I don't
Get
think
out.
the food is that good.
The exit's
Oh.
right there.
I
Their
like
fried rice is fire. I love their fried rice.
Really? Like maybe I just ordered the wrong thing. Like I did the hibachi part, and I just thought like, oh, this food doesn't have a lot of flavor.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what.
What
Maybe
did
give it
you
another
get?
try.
I honestly don't remember.
Well then,
Yeah.
I can't help you.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta
been
hit it
so
up again.
long.
If you're at a hibachi grill, I think that the amount of flavor on your food is kind of up to you, don't you think?
Well, I would agree, but I'm the type of person that's like put more, like do more,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
do the sauces,
Okay, I see.
whatever.
But yeah,
I get you.
like,
yeah.
did you get the fried rice? Because it was really
I
pretty
don't.
good.
I must not have gotten the fried rice.
You gotta
That
get the
must have been
fried
my
rice.
problem.
We'll go there sometimes just to eat sushi because the sushi isn't bad either. I like
Really?
the sushi a lot. But yeah, we just order like 2 big thing of fried rice and we all just go to town. But I always leave there spending like
It is expensive.
Yeah,
you
like-
gotta be
pricey.
ready to spend money.
Yeah.
on
yeah,
it
like
if you're-
$60 for me and my wife, and that's if we just share fried rice and both get a
Yeah,
roll of
that's
sushi.
Like
yeah,
that's like an
it's-
anniversary type thing.
It really
yeah, that
is.
is like.
We go there for special occasions only.
Only.
We can't do more than that.
It's funny.
So another spot in Idaho Falls that I feel like is a hidden gem. It's gonna be in that Asian type of cuisine, and but it's mostly a Thai place. It's called D Kitchen, by the way.
Yes.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I love
Yes.
D.
So it's mostly a Thai place,
Mhm.
but they also have sprinkles of other cuisine. So I go there mainly just because I didn't know of any other pho places at the time. I would just go there just for pho.
Good to know.
But they also have like your any other kind of
Yeah.
Thai dishes like pad Thai and all that stuff. But it's not even that bad. So like when me and my wife go, I only spend on the low end of $20-something for the both of us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
really good.
I think it's pretty decently priced
It's
and a good amount of food, I say.
What do you
So,
think about the Thai place that's here in Rexburg?
I've only been once.
I've been a couple times.
I've
I don't
also
mind it.
Been once. I liked
It's
it. I
not
thought.
Yeah.
that bad.
Have you been?
I haven't been, but it's really easy to get a lot of pho for not very much money.
Yeah.
They just pour that onto you.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Because there's
I
also
love it so much.
It's,
Yeah.
it's so good.
I'm gonna go. Like I'm
Yeah.
like excited about this. It's called D. D's, you
Kitchen.
said?
Kitchen,
So
yeah.
D-E-E Kitchen.
massive
And it's
hidden
like
gem.
it's Idaho Falls. So like the little strip area where there's just a whole bunch of different.
Across the way
Yes,
from
yes.
Chick-fil-A. It's
Yeah.
like right across the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Good
recommend
to
it.
know.
Yeah. There's also if you really do want to experience pho too, my favorite pho place like at all here is Hot Springs. I don't know if you've been there.
Is that in Idaho Falls?
It is in Idaho Falls. It's like
Downtown.
a hole in the wall, hole in the wall place.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like I had only recently discovered that place, so I'm still
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like testing out.
The
their
thing
pho, I
is,
guess.
yeah, the thing is, if you love pho, you can go there. They don't have a lot on their menu compared to D. D, you can they have a lot. So if you don't know if you like pho and you want to try it, probably go to D first, and if you love it, hit up Hot Springs.
I would agree because they do have as for pho itself, they have a lot more options as to what kind of meat cuts that you want in your pho.
Right.
So, but I do warn against the waiter. He's kind of moody at times.
That's how you know it's authentic.
Yeah.
So,
The more
yeah.
rude they are, the more delicious your food
True,
will be.
exactly.
100%.
Yeah, I want them to throw the pho at me with no bowl, and then I know it'll taste.
It's like burning
It'll
your
taste
skin.
bad.
Like
Like,
that's
yes,
how
it's
you know
great.
it's good.
It's amazing.
We've been talking about all of these different international types of cuisine, but we need to talk about what Idaho does best, and that's burgers and that's meat.
There you go. I mean, you have to talk about that. I mean, we are in America, so
Right.
I mean, that's kind of what we're known for. So,
And
well, you brought it up. Like, well, what spots did you have in mind?
blisters.
Blisters.
You can't talk about food in Rexburg if you don't mention blisters.
Yeah.
I think Blisters is one of the best restaurants in Rexburg.
I think it's one of the best restaurants I've ever been to.
It's
very
really
highly talked
good,
about, I
yeah.
will say
You
that.
know, I'm the biggest barbecue snob.
Mhm.
Obviously, I'm
Yeah.
from Texas. They're gonna sound really pretentious, which I am. So about barbecue, so you're not wrong.
Well,
But
I
yeah.
have full intention of becoming one of those dads at the ward cookout.
Oh yeah.
That's manning that grill, and he's
Going to
talking.
town all the
He's just
time.
talking about how he does his tri-tip.
Yeah.
He's just grumbling to himself the whole time.
But yeah, it's not bad at all. I was shocked because I am like
Me
a big old
too.
snob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
My
we have,
family lives in Houston as
Yeah,
well. by the
right.
way.
So like
yeah.
Rudy's has spoiled me. If anyone's had Rudy's before, you're out there, you shaking your head, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Blisters is good.
Blisters is good. If you've had the
Considering.
tri-tip, if you've had the cheesesteak, but if you've had the mac and cheese,
Yeah, the mac and cheese is good.
That's off the chain.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have a question then. So this is obviously top tier.
Mhm.
Where does Hickory's rate in comparison to that?
You know, Hickory's is an interesting. I worked at the Costa Vida here in town for over a year, and we're right next to the Hickory's, and I never went.
Oh, really?
What?
I'm serious.
Oh,
I
okay.
walked past it every single day, and I never went.
I feel
Okay,
like.
what about you, dude?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I think I kind of like Blisters a little bit more. But if you want to have more of like a more formal date night, if that's what your aim is, then for sure going to Hickory, because it's more of a sit down place.
Right.
Whereas Blisters is a gas station.
There's nothing impressive about what Blisters looks like.
Not at
from
all.
on
At
the
all,
outside.
yeah.
But in Texas, some of the best barbecue you find is at gas stations. That's how you know it's actually good barbecue. Is at the gas station, you know it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So I will
Good to know,
say
good
that.
tip.
Yeah, I
Good
would
Yeah.
say that Hickory is a little, because they have barbecue, right? But they have
Right.
other things as well, like
True.
home style kind of
More
Yeah.
diverse.
food. Yeah, I would say it's a different kind of a
Okay.
restaurant
For sure.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to? Oh, go ahead.
if anyone's willing to drive out of town to the middle of nowhere, they've got to try Big Judd's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've heard
Okay.
plenty about Big Judge.
I feel bad. I've never had it. Everyone always tells me to go.
It's exactly as it's described. It's really big.
That's what it is.
They
The
have don't they
burgers
have like
are
a
huge.
pound burger challenge or something like that?
And they've got, I think that they had the man versus food guy there at one point, and they've got a wall of Polaroids with people who've finished the burger.
Okay.
And, man, I just want to be on that wall.
You have to
And
train
even
yourself.
if you don't order the giant burger, I still think like if you order a normal, like it's still huge.
Yeah.
Like it's, for me, the portions are really big.
And they just give you a
Gotcha.
bucket of fries too.
They do. Yeah.
Oh, I love fries.
Like
That's-
Five Guys
ooh.
style.
Oh yeah.
All your fries are just in the bag.
Yeah,
it's-
They give you a tiny little cup. It's like,
Some
what's this cup
of
for?
The thing with Big Judd's fries is that there's just a difference between like authentic Idaho potato fries, right?
Right.
And then, chain fries. And Big Judd's fries are crazy.
I need to go there again. I need to go. I don't think I haven't been there before.
And
actually,
if you're like a milkshake buff, they've got essentially every flavor you could ever want. And I always get the huckleberry because I'm addicted to huckleberry flavored stuff.
It's just so funny
Yeah.
because I hate huckleberry, and everybody
Really?
here
Why?
loves it. Everybody loves huckleberry.
I'm not like passionate about it, but
It's
I don't
good,
think I just like
though.
it.
I just don't get it. Like I feel like it's not very strong.
I don't get the hype.
I
but
don't get it. Yeah,
I think it's yummy, but I don't get the hype. I'm just like, it kind of just tastes like
milk.
well,
yeah, it's not that like incredible to me,
okay.
but
Yeah.
Idaho has very. Okay, never mind. I'll just they get excited about the things that they can call theirs.
right.
That's true.
Which
And huckleberry
I
is
just
one of
did it
them.
as a
Yeah.
Texan. I get it. Like we get like really passionate about what your state does well in your eyes. So
It's true, and I'm sure in Texas you would understand that. Yeah,
Right.
like people are very passionate.
we are very passionate about the things we call home.
yeah.
Are none of us Idaho locals?
No.
I'm not
Wow.
for sure. I know we're sitting here talking about their food. We're not
I
even
know.
I think that's a good thing because it provides outside
perspective.
perspective. That's the word I was looking for.
Right.
Because if you, I don't know. I feel like if you're just from here, you kind of lose sight as to what might be good compared to what not.
Right.
not.
Yeah.
There's no nostalgia attached here. We are all giving the authentic Idaho
Yes.
cuisine
Yeah,
experience.
First impressions or everything, and we were giving them. Anyway, so you said Huckleberry, and it reminded me of one of my favorite spots here in Rexburg. I like variety. Yeah, obviously, yes. If I want something, I'll go to something. But if I'm not really sure, but I know I want to go out, there's one spot that I just absolutely love. It's Red Rabbit Grill.
Okay.
It's because they have. It's one of those places where they just have a different variety of different kinds of things. So if you want like a sandwich type of thing, they'll have that. But they have burgers too, or they have like, I think they have they have like salads, they have like steak, they have salmon, whatever. So like, they have this a little bit of everything at that restaurant, and it's everything I've had there has been good. I
Nice.
have not
Yeah.
not liked anything
I agree.
there. So.
Yeah.
And so I mentioned Huckleberry because they have like specialty lemonades that they have that are different flavors, and Huckleberry lemonade is one of the ones that they had. But my absolute favorite thing, I like fries probably more than I should, but they have something called the Spud Sampler as one of their advertisers. They have like 4 different kinds of fries.
Oh.
So they have your regular just like skinny fries or whatever, and they have rosemary skinny fries where they put rosemary on it.
Those are so good.
I
have-
love those.
They have sweet potato fries, and then they have something called sidewinders, where they're like this curly type, not curly fries, but they're, so don't get that in your head. They're not the brown kind, but they're just kind of like, they're closer to potato wedges in style, but they're twisted or something like that.
Those are the best for dipping in ketchup.
Exactly. So like, and then you can have all 4 of them right in front of you if you want to try them. I don't know. That's my favorite spot so far that I've gone in Rexburg.
There's one thing that's probably on the minds of our listeners right now. That's the thing that's like at the forefront of their minds is, where do I take a date out though? That's the tip-top priority. And I think the best value with the best amount of food you can get for the best price is Pizza Pie Cafe.
Pizza Pie Cafe can be pretty good for a date.
You can get there with an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet and pasta and salad and drinks for you and your date for only $20.
That's actually not that bad.
That is true, yeah.
And it's a very low profile place. Like, it's not too fancy, but not too like casual. There's like a good medium there. It's a really good first date spot. I think the vibe there's perfect.
And you can kind of see like how many times are they gonna get up? Like, are they gonna get the dessert pizza? Like,
oh my gosh, that Oreo one, whatever.
Oh my gosh,
the Oreo pizza is so good, but that hurts my teeth.
Oh yeah, I can feel the cavities forming as I eat.
That is dangerous.
I'm just always nervous that the Oreo pieces are gonna get stuck in my teeth. If I was on a first date, I would not eat that.
Yeah, you gotta avoid that one on the first date. Yeah, that's a good like 5th date. Pizza
if you're eating a dessert pizza at Pizza Pie Cafe, bring a toothbrush.
Yeah,
that's the professional recommendation.
Let me go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's funny, but yeah, no, that's actually a good spot. I was actually in my first ever semester. I moved in, and my parents were like, and I was feeling very sad, obviously, because I'm like, I hadn't been used to living away from my parents and stuff like that. So we were just looking for a spot like, hey, pizza, you guys like pizza, right? Let's just go there, because we haven't heard of it before, and we went there. Obviously, it's like all you can eat pizza. Pizza is like one of my favorite foods. I know, cliche American, but
it's so good.
I just remember like I ate it, and it's like, I don't know. So I have like, there's like an attachment to that place just because of that moment. It's like it was like one last good moment before all the worries came in. I'm okay now, obviously. So
right. Well, that's scary.
You're gonna make me cry here in the booth, Jared.
No, but like I'm good now because obviously it's like my last semester and everything. But yeah, so like that's, and also just my friend Trey and I here remember meeting his current fiance for the first time there.
His current fiance, as if there would be another one.
Yeah, there may be
sorry.
two.
Yeah, the word choice is there.
Fiance number 1.
His now. I think I meant to say his now fiance, because back then it was just girlfriend and boyfriend. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, there's just like, it's a good spot to meet people and to socialize and eat food. So I like that place. It may not be the top quality pizza ever, but it's just
right. But it's fun.
The combination of the price, the atmosphere, and all that. I think
and being
it's
able
just a
to
good spot.
eat as much as you want to.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously that. So.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about pizza that much, and I feel like you can't not mention Righteous Slice.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
It's a newer spot too. So
is it a newer spot?
I feel. Oh, I don't know.
It built maybe like 2 years ago.
It's been
Mel.
a couple years, yeah.
So.
Newer than most, I'd say.
That's one of the problems with not being a local, is that you don't know.
Yeah.
But they've got some dang good pizza.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's very different pizza.
It is.
If you're expecting a traditional pepperoni, a Domino's-ish pizza, you may not like it.
Yeah, it's not that kind.
Their pizza's very sweet.
Very artisan.
Yeah.
I would say it's
Have you
artisan.
heard of mod pizza? For all you guys?
Yeah.
I actually love mod pizza.
So I feel like it's similar to that.
Yeah.
Slightly different though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's more like going for more personal style pizza, and then you can like they obviously have like their presets. But then you can make your own if you need to or want to.
Because they use a pizza oven right there. Like there in the
Are you talking about mod pizza or about pizza?
Righteous Slice.
Righteous Slice.
Yeah,
right
there.
And Mod has one.
Yeah, Mod's right there too. You watch them put their pizza in and take it out.
Yeah.
So it's a similar vibe.
Righteous Slice, I have a friend who like lived in Italy for like a few years.
Oh.
And he said that Righteous Slice is the closest he's gotten to having pizza from Italy.
I've got a friend who is from Sicily, and she says a similar thing.
Really? Yeah.
There you have it.
Have you guys?
Pizza spot now.
There's one place I wanted to mention. Have any of you been to the Kebab Hut?
No.
I've driven past it so many times.
Same.
Is it good?
You know, I've only been there one time, and the thing that I got, I think was a relatively like simple thing, and I liked it. But I've like spoken to the owner, and I think the restaurant itself is really interesting because there are so many different, like you'd think there'd just be kebabs, but there's not.
Okay.
Like the menu is like, there's so many different options, and he just has like a really cool, he escaped communist China and then ended up here somehow and built a restaurant. But there's a lot in
Rexburg,
between.
Idaho.
He has a restaurant, I think, in England as well.
If you're trying to hide from communism,
he
I
does.
think your best bet is to go to Rexburg, Idaho.
He escaped. He didn't come here first. He moved here because his daughter moved here. So it was a long time. But he has a restaurant, I think, in England as well,
That's
and he has one
impressive.
here. And so I think that it's worth trying, because personally, like, I want to try it again, because the thing that I ordered was like good, but I feel like there are a lot of other things. So
like, what about it like stood out to you?
I think for me it was just that there were so many different types of, like, the menu is not huge, but I feel like it comes from all sorts of different places.
Gotcha.
So for me, I think that was what was interesting.
Well, I did
about
say
it.
I like variety, so I might.
Yeah,
There you go.
There's
give it a
some
shot.
variety.
Yeah.
I think variety is important because I am and always have been the person who decides where we eat between me and my fiance, and that's not because I'm taking the reins or anything. It's because I'll ask her every single time, "Hey, where would you like to eat?" And she says, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Up to you.
It's a cliche. It's a real thing, Nina.
It's
Don't
a real
deny
thing.
it.
It's
Don't
so
deny it.
real.
It's a real thing.
It's so real.
It's true. I do that too.
It's like,
But-
I know you want Freddy's already. Just say you want Freddy's.
Yeah, just say it. Like,
Do you guys?
It's a real thing though. So yeah, I think this helps out. So all the guys listening to this podcast, hopefully this helps you guys out to be able to have all the options.
personally, if I want to give guys some advice, I think the best thing to do is to be like, "Hey, where do you think we're going?" Like, it's a surprise, and then have them guess, and then that's where they want to
The
go.
first one, yes, I heard that.
Yes, or
Guess
give
where
them
we're
like
going.
3
Oh, we're going here?
options
Yeah.
and let them pick from those options.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
being given options. But mostly I just, like, for me, I always say I don't know, because I'm worried I'm going to pick somewhere they don't want to go.
That's the thing is, I feel like I'm easy, so I'm like, hey, if you pick a place, I promise I'll be happy with it. But I feel like you will most likely not like it. So like, like you pick the place, and I promise we'll both be happy. Like, it's pretty hard unless I'm like really not feeling something. But I was gonna ask too. We can talk a little bit about sandwiches, because one of my favorite places is Mill Hollow.
Oh,
Mill
Mill
Hollow. I actually
Hollow.
went for the
I
first time
love Mill
the other
Hollow.
day.
Mill Hollow's
After
really
being
good.
here for however many 8 semesters, I don't even know. I lost track. But like, I've only just went the first time just the other day.
I'm about to say it's similar to
yeah.
your experience with Pizza Pie Cafe. So when I first got here, we went like once. I was like, this is amazing. And then I moved to Pinnacle Point for like this summer, because I was going back home in the fall, and we were already engaged at the point. And I was kind of just living there, and there's a nostalgic feel, because when I left to go back home to Houston, my wife, a fiance at the time, stayed here, and our last meal together was in Mill Hollow, because she came over to help me clean my apartment, for like move out. So
yeah.
our last meal together in Rexburg was at Mill Hollow. So it's like, and that memory is like, that's a core memory there now. But yeah, aside from that, their sandwiches are amazing.
I was going to go on a double date to Mill Hollow with me, my fiance, her boss, and her boss's husband. And her boss and her boss's husband were running really late. We'd been waiting there for about half an hour. We didn't want to order our food until they had arrived, because you don't want to eat and then have them arrive, right?
Right.
And we're sitting there on that bench waiting for what felt like forever. And then an entire baseball team of kids walks in. And then another baseball team of kids walks in. And then we're like, all right, well, I guess we'll cut our losses. And then they arrive. And then we decided to go somewhere else. But I eventually went back and got a sandwich there, and it is so good.
So good.
Yeah, no, so when I went there just the other day, it's just funny, that reminded me. So I went with my wife but it was like it was prom day. So it was on Saturday.
Oof.
So literally went there. We went at the right time though. So we actually got our food and sat down, and then all these kids, because I don't know, I guess here in Idaho, I don't know if they do it in your states, but they do day dates for prom. So they spend the entire day with their dates.
Yeah.
And so a bunch, like I swear, like 20 of them came in. They're all just like covered in like colors and stuff. So they must play paintball or something. I don't know. But so they all just came in. And I'm like, so when I hear this about the baseball team and the prom, so it's obviously a very popular local spot.
It is.
So
I really like to go there specifically during Christmas time. So they have like a big tree up, but they're open like somewhat late, and they have hot cocoa for like $1. And then it's like steamers. And then they always have these little cups of marshmallows that you can like take as many as
I
you
like
want
that.
and put them in your hot cocoa. So I used to love going there like when it was like late and snowing, and it would just be like
Did not know.
snowing
That's
and
a
there's a
vibe.
tree. It's a vibe, yes.
Yeah.
And that's
totally
for
see
me,
that.
it's like also kind of a special place for me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I think we should do is put our heads together and figure out how many soda places there are in town.
That is a complaint that I have.
How
don't even
many
get started
of them
on that.
are there?
And they just keep coming out with more too.
There's at least 5, but there's probably more, right?
I think a couple have come and go, but yeah, they just keep popping up.
They never stop.
Well, because it's like you got business majors here in town. They just want to start a business. And it's like, hey, that's a
easy.
great idea.
But
It's
it works
cheap.
every time. That's the worst part.
thing, yeah.
Like, it works almost every time.
You know what they have in Utah? I found out recently. They have what they call mock-tini lounge,
I've heard of that.
where it's like a really fancy place, but they just do mixed sodas, but they like present it in a very fancy way. And
Like
I'm
a
like,
martini.
yeah, almost like a martini lounge, but it's just mixed sodas. And I was like, I can't believe we don't have one yet.
My friend went to one where it's like a bar, and they even have shots, but they do like
What?
sour shots.
That's
instead
amazing.
Of normal shots. So it's like they take it very seriously there. Yeah.
Oh, I can't get over that.
Yeah, but so for us talking about Rexburg, I would say my favorite, and this is it's the only difference here is because of like the lobby is Soda Vine.
Mm-hmm.
That's my go-to.
That place
Just
has like a
because
cool
it has like
ambiance.
the diner feel, and so it's really cool. It's really easy to. So yours was Pizza Pie Cafe, right?
Mm-hmm.
My go-to date place was Soda Vine all the time.
It's a really safe option. You know, it's you can go there and you'll find something that you'll like for sure.
Yeah, and it's like with drinks, you're not paying very much.
Exactly.
And it's I don't know. I thought it was really easy to talk to people there, just because there's always people there. So
True,
you're never
yeah.
alone. Or at least I haven't been when I was alone. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so that's my spot. And it was really funny. I was actually just playing basketball recently on campus, and they actually had like when you're checking in, they had a whiteboard, and where it's like, okay, favorite soda spot. So you have to like vote for it. So it's really funny that you brought this up because
Interesting.
it's apparently a thing that people talk about a lot.
It is.
People are proud of it. I'm just trying to think, because you've got Soda Vine, you've got Great Scots, you've got that one that just got built into North Point.
Oh, pick me up.
Yeah.
And then there's another pick-me-up where the old Wendy's
Where the
used to
old
be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's also, this is my favorite one. It's called Mountain Pop Shop. I don't know if y'all have been there. A lot of people haven't. It's like you have to drive past like Burger King under that bridge where the highway's connected. And there's like it's like a drive-through one, but I think it's
so sketchy.
It's cheaper. It's not under the bridge. You drive under the bridge. It's on the right.
There's just a
But-
dude in a tent
Crackheads.
mixing.
That's exactly what it is, and it's the cheapest like mixed soda place
Oh, well,
that I've been to, and that's why I like that one. I also like going to Valleywide, that gas station, and just
Okay.
mixing it yourself because they have all the flavors. They have like coffee creamer there. You can
Interesting.
basically make anything
Your
there for a yeah.
Yeah,
Coffee
straight up.
creamer in your soda?
Well, you know they put creamer in like all this.
Oh, I
not
guess.
all of
Yeah.
them, and a lot of them. So you
Yeah,
can
the
just
cream.
I guess I don't know.
you can basically make
yeah.
your own for $1. That's where I like on.
My go-to is anything with Dr. Pepper, cream, and coconut.
That's a
Yeah.
good combo.
That's just a winning combo.
There's also a place in Idaho Falls that I like going to, but I'm a little too old to figure out how it works. Dutch Bros.
Oh my gosh.
I love
you
Dutch
can't
Bros.
talk to two California natives without talking about Dutch Bros.
Every time I get there, I get overwhelmed because I don't know how it works.
Oh my gosh.
I just take people there on their birthdays because you can get any drink for free on your birthday, any
no way.
size. And so I'm always like, well, it's your birthday. Let's go to Dutch Bros. And then I don't really have to spend a lot of money, and I
Yeah.
did something nice for them.
It's not even so much like the menu, which is like almost entirely like online.
It is.
But so much like the employees that work there, they're like overly extroverted.
Oh yeah, and they're always partying
Yeah.
in there. There's like
Oh,
lights
yeah.
going off. There's music. I'm like, is a rave going
Like
on?
I
when I'm
remember
getting my
seeing,
drink.
I remember seeing like a TikTok about it. It was like, oh no, it wasn't TikTok. It was just a meme. So it was just text, and it said like. So it's like saying, oh, the employee's like, hey guys, how's it going? What can I get for you today? And then it's like, okay, first of all, get out of my car. Because they're so friendly. They'll just like
Yeah.
act like they're your friends that they've known forever. But
They were
it's not
really
true.
extroverted.
Well, it's because they've been drinking Dutch Bros all day.
all day. They are
got-
caffeinated.
They've got an unhealthy amount of caffeine just coursing through their brain. They've
Just
got to
tweaking.
get it out. But if you think that Chick-fil-A employees are like, nice because they're definitely forced at the point of a knife to be nice, because that's, it's my pleasure. Dutch Bros employees are genuinely the nicest people.
I don't know
ever
how
meet.
they find them, but they do. Like they're genuinely nice.
Probably go like
'cause they're-
stalking on social media. And it's like this guy looks like.
It's
or
because
this
they're
girl looks
paid
like-
well and their work is fun, so they just get to be themselves.
Yeah.
True.
So that's Oh my gosh, people who like Dutch Bros are obsessed about it.
Oh yeah, it's
true.
It's their whole personality. It's just it's going to Dutch after school.
The only problem is it's all the way in Idaho Falls, so people in Rexburg don't
May
go
not
as often as
experience,
they-
yeah.
Which may be good for them.
I feel like the vast majority of students I feel have access to at least a car. But I mean,
there are some that
there
don't.
will of course be some that don't.
Which sucks when you think about Rexburg compared to Idaho Falls, the quantity of places there are to eat in both.
And quality.
Yeah, so it's like you have to have that car or find someone to have that car to be able to even attempt to have all these places that we've been talking about in Idaho Falls. So that sucks, but
I'm definitely interested to hear like what places we've talked about that our listeners will try or so definitely you guys that are listening, like let us know what your favorite places are and definitely also let us know if we've missed anything. Because we want to know. So
we've almost for sure missed something.
I'm sure we have. So yeah, let us know, guys, what you think and what your favorite places are. You've been listening to The Spot, a production of BYU-Idaho Radio. Today's hosts were Jared Webster, Trey Jarman, and Collin Dupuis. Also, me, Nina Shakin. The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts. This episode was edited by me, Nina Shakin. Producers were the hosts with supervision by Brandon Isle. Our theme music is Finding Happiness by DJ Quads and The Perpetual Ticking of Time by Artificial Music. To listen to more episodes of The Spot, like and follow us on social media or visit our website, byu.edu/radio, and click on podcasts. Be sure to subscribe to the BYU-Idaho Radio podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcasts. And also leave a review of the show and leave a comment on what we should talk about next.